Welcome to my YouTube channel. If you enjoy these videos, please click like and subscribe. And if you click the little bell, you'll be notified of future videos. So I've had several requests to do the Meghan and Harry stepping down from the senior royal positions that they held. So they made this announcement on an Instagram that they will be transitioning away from their role as royals and will split their time between the UK and North America. And I want to preference this with saying that I do realize Prince Harry is the Duke of Sussex and Meghan is the Duchess of Sussex. Now, I also want to preface this that I do not, for the most part, follow the royal family. I'm in the United States, and only if they make breaking news or I have a lot of people who want me to do a video, then I will do a video. So I am very neutral, and I don't put out any hatred, and I certainly don't put my opinion in any of my readings. So this is just my interpretation of the cards as to what's going on with this. Now, I do understand that there was a meeting and there was a statement put out. According to this, January 13th, 2020, Royal Communications, a statement from Her Majesty the Queen. Today, my family had very constructive discussions on the future of my grandson and his family. My family and I are entirely supportive of Harry and Meghan's desire to create a new life as a young family. Although we would have preferred them to remain full-time working members of the royal family, we respect and understand their wish to live a more independent life as a family while remaining a valued part of my family. So that being said, I'm going to pull some cards and ask some very important questions. Now, I do want to tell you that I did a previous video called Who Was Meghan? And at the 11.01, so at the 11.01 or the time of 11 minutes and 1 second in the video, I did say that Meghan would feel more powerful if she stepped on foreign land, and after that, everything that I said in there was actually accurate to what they're doing right now. So that is what you can do with the tarot cards. Now, people have free will, so you can make all the predictions you want, and if they choose free will to do something else, they can. But what I stated starting at the 11-minute mark was quite accurate to what they're doing right now. So let's jump in to numerology, because I like to always start with that. So the numerology, we know that Meghan was born Rachel, and she has a number pattern of 913853 for Rachel, and she prefers to use the name Meghan, which is 457815. So we noticed in the beginning of who she was that she had a lot of 8 energy. She's got 2 8s in her date of birth and an 8 in each of those first names. So she's a 4 for her core birthday, born on the 4th, and she's a 3. You add the month and the day for her personality. That's the system that I use for calculating. So in 2020, she's a 7 year. This would be a year where, you know, it's kind of a quiet year. Like, you don't like to be in the spotlight. It's like internal. And so it had to be very difficult for her in 2020 being in a 7 year, which can feel kind of lonely. Now, that being said, January is an 8 personal month for her in numerology, and that's power, taking her power back. February is ending. So I suspect that by February, there will be a lot of endings in her life, and then March she starts new. So Harry, first name starts with an 8, very, very powerful. He's a very powerful young man. And then he's got 1997. The 2 9s make him very compassionate, and then he's got a 9 in the month. Also compassionate. Was born with a 6, compassionate, family, and then he has a 6 personality. So in 2020, he is in a 1 year, which makes him want to start something new, start over. So this just tells me that in a 1 year, he actually, not Meghan, may have been the driving force. I know that that's going to go against That might offend people, but according to numerology, he is in a 1 year, okay? So he's in a stronger personal year for just like starting over, starting something new. January, he's going to be focused on relationships and cooperation with the royal family maybe. And then February, he's in a 3, which is this could be the family, he and Meghan and Archie. This can also be groups and creativity. He could get together with a large group somewhere, or a group of people or a grouping. And then March is 4. That's housing, finances. It's everything to do with financial stability. Her February is a 9, so that would be endings. Her March here starts with a 1. So she could be around March starting something brand new. That would be the personal numerology. So the coding of her name, for her first name, was she was born kind of creative, a little bit shy in her younger years. She grew into her independence. Communication would have been quite strong when she was young. She could have been a quite verbal child, and 5 could have made her unpredictable, and she's got another 3. So communication is definitely something that she would be in the spotlight for, which the 9 and the 3 would totally make an actress. I mean, that is in the arts, the 9s and the 3s. And then going by Meghan made her have more structure. She still has 2 5s in Meghan, which makes her like to travel. She's got a 7 and an 8, and the 7 again is she needs a little bit of alone time. She can't have cameras in her face all the time. The 8 makes her once again powerful, the 1 independent, and the 2 5s are of course adventuresome and things like that. So then once again her date of birth, she's got a strong 8. The 4 is very organized, and communication is another her personality. So she will always be in some kind of art or communication type of situation. So Harry, being born in the 9th month, this brings a lot of compassion and humanitarian type of energy to his month that he was born. And same thing with the 15, although that 5 throws a little bit of a curveball in there because he could be somewhat adventurous and unpredictable. Just saying. So anyway, I have some questions prepared, and the questions that I asked, and you might think of other questions that I didn't think of, and please comment below if you've thought of them. But my first question is, what's Meghan gonna do? Like, how is this big announcement going to really affect her? Look at this. So she's actually concerned. Why is there 2 children in there? Wouldn't be surprised if another baby announcement came from them. But she's actually concerned about the children, the child, I'm sorry. I keep saying children, or I said children, but I meant child, which would be Archie. This is doing the 3, which remember the 3s are the artwork, and this is kind of going to a foreign land. This is actually what the 3 of Wands is, going to a different country, going to a foreign land. And this can be somewhat self-employed, but here comes the Knight. So she's going to wait for her knight in shining armor to join her. And see what else. Here she is doing actressing. This is definitely portraying acting, and it's another 3. She is definitely going to pursue the 3s and the 9s, love acting. Not all of them, but they have that potential to love acting. I just want to ask, is there anything that Meghan needs to be aware of during this, huge transition for her? And this is anger generated toward her, and this is by swords. So this can be anger on the internet, anger, angry words, a lot of angry people. So this is like angry words, because swords are words. It can be telephone, typing, mean messages, and it could throw her off her game. This is also balancing finances. So she's got to be aware of her financial situation. And here is this is the king, but this is also refers back to the royal family. She still is going to be connected to them through Harry and the marriage. So the second question I want to ask is, well, let's use the same deck. What will Harry do? So how will this affect Harry? That's the second question I wanted to ask. How is this going to affect Harry? I'll just use the same deck. A little bit different here because he's got a few more challenges. So this is the Five of Wands. He's got a few more challenges than what she does because here he is, being closer. This is the Knight. And so he is definitely going to be more in touch with the royal family than what she will be, is my guess on this. And the strength, he is very strong, believe it or not. He is very strong. Oh, this reminds me of Africa. This reminds me of Africa. Boy, he's got some tie or some connection to Africa. That's going to be interesting to see what happens there. And the Four of Cups is he's needing a break. Like, this is the person that really needs, they're like emotionally overwhelmed and they really need a break. And I think they kind of did that when they disappeared over Christmas. They literally took a break from everything. And I feel like he almost needed it more than her. And this is the Three of Swords. He's going to go through a great sense of loss, a period of sadness, a great sense of loss. This is not, for people who think this is going to be easy for him, the Three of Swords, that is loss, a sense of loss and painful feelings. He will find work, believe it or not. Here he is going to work. So he is, and I believe that he will do this work once he takes a little bit of a break, because the Three of Swords can also indicate a pause, or taking a break, a pause. Then I wanted to ask, how does the Queen feel about this? I'm going to use a different deck. How does the Queen feel about this situation where they're stepping down? And this is the Three of Pentacles. So now she's got to come up with a plan. So there has to be a plan now going forward, because that's the Three of Pentacles. That means that the royal family still has to work, and we have to have a new plan now, or change the plan. Something has to be changed. And this is the Four of Cups. So she's, there's one part of her that understands that there's some frustrations with their relationship. This could be her being concerned about the relationship between the two of them, just a little bit of concern. I'm not gonna elaborate on that unless the cards do. And this is the Justice. Boy, she knows how to lay down the law. This is like, I'm gonna lay down the law. I'm gonna make the rules. And boy, for that woman's age, I'll tell you what, that woman is Johnny on the spot. I mean, she just looks like she is so kept her intelligence and her mind, and I mean, she's a spry woman. So let's see what else, let's ask, how else is this going to influence her? It looks like she's going to stay strong. And this is going to cause a little bit of an upheaval in the family. That's the Five of Swords, and that could be, the royal family having arguments. Let's just call it that. Arguments. Like, there could be arguments within the royal family about this. That can also be portrayed in that card. And the Six of Wands is ultimately, this is going to be successful. So at least the Six of Wands is celebration and having it work out. So this is going to work out. Then I wanted to ask, how does William, the brother William, feel about this? And I'm kind of grab a different deck here. How does William feel about this, about his brother leaving? Well, this is Six of Wands. I have a feeling through this card that William sort of knew, maybe, or had an advanced feeling about it, maybe, because the Six of Wands is not like a super reactive card. And then look at this. I feel like he kind of had a little bit of a hint or a feeling that this is what would be, and he's got to buckle down now and get to work. He's got to come up with a new plan. See the book? He's like, okay, I'm gonna have to, buckle down and figure out what I'm gonna do. And I got to tell you, I don't really know Kate. I don't even know her name other than Kate. I guess I should have researched that, but I wasn't planning on putting her in the question, but I just thought I would ask and not leave her out. What does Kate feel about all of this? And, two cards filled out. King of Cups. Oh, the King and the Queen. The King and the Queen. So, wow. I mean, she's a strong queen. The Queen of Swords is a strong queen, and the King of Cups is, she's just engaged in her royal role. And so she thinks this is could be a little foolish, that they're doing something a little foolish, in her mind. She could be thinking, well, they're taking a leap of something that maybe she wouldn't do. And the Four of Swords, she's not going to like all the drama this is going to cause as far as, but here's the Queen of Cups. So, Kate looks like this. She is very, she's not going to put anything out there that would be hateful. It looks like she's being very respectful. According to these cards, she is being very respectful about this. So, Meghan and Harry, what are they going to have to look forward to or in their future? What are they going to have to look forward to? King of Pentacles. Boy, I've sure pulled a lot of kings and queens in this reading, haven't I? Isn't that interesting? You do a royal family reading and you pull all these royal cards. The King of Pentacles. So that's mastery and the Empress. Oh, that's the pregnant woman in the other decks. So he's still going to be somewhat tied in to the royal family because showing up as a king, she looks like she could want more children, or there could be more children coming to them. This will be interesting. But at any rate, she feels like she can at least nurture the child better. I don't know. The Empress is kind of nurturing. I'm not sure. This is probably going to cause a lot of controversy. But I'm going to go out here and say that if she had a second child, I believe that it would be a daughter. I'm going to just go out on a limb and say that. And Six of Cups is all about the family, living somewhere else and focused on the family. So what they have to look for, I think they are going to have definitely more children. It looks like Harry is still going to somehow be tied into the royal family. And that's interesting. I'm actually going to go to my regular tarot cards, the Robin Wood, and just say, is there anything people need to know about this? Is there anything people need to know about this? Now, I'm just reading the cards, so I'm not going to put my opinion in about what I feel about them. Because when I get into reading space, my opinion, I don't want it there. I don't want to have a theory. I don't want to have an opinion. I want to read the cards in a neutral way. So anyone who comes to me for a reading, I accept you just the way you sit down at the table. I don't have any pre-filters or judgments, and that's how I approach readings. Everyone is different, and I don't judge other readers ever. I will never judge another reader ever. Everybody reads their own way. And so the Seven of Cups just means what the people need to know. There's going to be a lot of confusion, you guys. There's going to be a lot of confusion in the future as far as what is the queen. Here's another queen showing up. What is that queen going to exactly do? What's the plan going to look like? So I think a lot of people are focused on that, on what the queen is going to do. And there is going to be a period of confusion. So And the focus, a lot of people are going to focus on the little Archie, little baby Archie. So I do want to thank you for joining my channel. And I would be one person that would wish Harry and Meghan the very best and hope the best for them, because, you know, it's hard to be in the spotlight. It is very difficult to be in the spotlight, whether you're in the royal family or you're a celebrity. It is very hard to be in the spotlight. And so, here's another queen. We're gonna be focused on the queen, you guys. We are gonna be focused on the queen. For sure, there's gonna be a focus on the queen. We're gonna end with the queen. She's definitely gonna step up and have a more active role. I have a feeling maybe she has let Charles do more, but it feels like she's stepping up here. So this will be certainly something that, you know, I'm sure there's so many channels that cover the royal family, and they do it, you know, probably way better than what I can offer, because I don't have that background of the royal family. But I do respect them, all of them. I respect all of them, and I just wish all of them the best. I wish the royal family the best, and I wish Meghan and Harry the best. I think we can. People do change, you know, in their life, and they choose different life paths. And I think it was very honorable of the Queen to bless them on their new path. I think that was very honorable. I know there's going to be a lot of controversy about this, and I guess we'll just see what happens in the future. Thank you for joining my YouTube. And if you do want to listen to that other video, it's Who is Meghan Markle? You might be interested in that toward the end of it. So, all right, we'll see you guys later. Bye.